Hi, this is Not a Very Good Hunting Channel, and today we're going to be trying out and setting up the Caldwell Deadshot Treepod. Is that what it's called? We'll find that out too. Stick around. Well, I'm up here in the tree stand again, and today I'm going to be trying out the Caldwell Deadshot Treepod. Let me see if I can get a shot of it here. Swip it around there. So the Deadshot Treepod. So this is a system that mounts into your tree stand that makes a movable shooting rest. Up, down, left, right. Pivots. All kinds of neat stuff. But unfortunately for me, I'm in such close quarters that I may end up just using this as a gun rest, just so that I'm not holding, like I have a small stand. It has two little rails there. So if I don't have to physically hold the gun, that would be great, because if you're sitting there holding cold metal for a long time, it takes all the warmth away from your hands. And I don't have to be wearing giant, really warm gloves the entire time I'm up here, because I have to touch a cold gun the entire time. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this as a holder for my gun, and whenever I get ready to shoot, I'll pull it out of the rest and have it ready to go. So that side there is where I put up the second hanging vine licking branch in Mock's Creek, where I had to cut a bunch of the vegetation down there. So there's Charles Daly, and down there is my shot. So depending on the setup, I could theoretically make that work on my offhand, which would be actually better, because it would be quite twisting around, and sitting there isn't too bad. That's roughly where the licking branch is. Anyway, so that part wouldn't be too bad. It's just when I rotate it over to this side and crossing my lap, I can adjust it up so it crosses my entire lap, but because it's adjusted up to cross my lap, the gun shoulder's way too high. So it's not really a good solution, because I'm having to lean up like this to take a downward shot fairly in close. Maybe if I was shooting more further away, I would have more of a level position of my gun, but because it's so close, I'm shooting downwards, so it's not really going to work to shoot off of that from the Deadshot or whatever's a Treepod. But it is a very nice piece of gear. It looks really well made. Everything is adjustable up and down. You can slide these out to get however long your gun is, what you want it to sit on the forend or the barrel or whatever. You loosen this off and the whole thing shifts back and forth to get your balance right, so it's not wanting to tip one way or the other. And everything is, you can tighten everything down with screws, so same thing with that can get higher if you want it to go raise it up. And then it comes with a strap if you're going to be shooting from it. And I guess just as a precaution, you can, there's a little latch here, so you can tighten it down so your gun doesn't fall off. But, I mean, it's pretty sturdy. I have to tighten it up there, but whoop. Of course I say that and watch everything fall off. So yeah, so you just tighten it up and it sits pretty easy. So that's probably how I'm going to have it set up. And just whenever I need it, I can pop it off and whatever I want, take a shot. But it will just really save me from having to hold on to a cold weapon in November when we have our shotgun season. So yeah, I have hooks up here, and I've seen people hang, I mean mine's a crossbow one, so I have a crossbow hook here. I've seen people hang their guns from that, from the sling, and that seems like it's just going to be too risky to have something bump into something and make noise, whereas this thing, I can have it set up kind of close to my hip and where I would be shouldering it anyways, almost like I was having it resting on my lap and then pulling it up when I'm ready to shoot, without having to, one, worry about it falling off my lap, so I'd always be holding it, and because I'd always be holding it, my hands would be getting colder a lot quicker. So anyways, yeah, bit of a bummer that I probably won't be able to use it as I'd intended to, but I think it's still going to be a useful piece of equipment. The only thing is carrying it in and out. It's fairly heavy, and on my pack I'm be having probably my Fanatic jacket, because I won't be walking in that, and my shotgun. So I'll have to be carrying the tripod in my hands while I'm walking in. I guess I could leave it up here. I'm not really wanting to risk having it stolen. I mean, this is private property, but we've had people on here in exactly this spot, people walking through. So it wouldn't take much for someone to just climb up the stand and take this this nice piece of equipment. The bottom part is, I guess, here, I'll show you. Bottom part bolts in, but there is room that you can run a cable lock to it. So I have a cable lock on it. I also have a cable lock on, I don't know if you can see that from there. I have cable locks on every part where the ladder stand attaches to each other. And then I also have it wrapped around the tree stand in the tree up top on the platform. So, but the actual part that holds the gun just has like a peg that goes down into the bracket, so it can just come off. So I don't have anything really to chain that to it. I guess I could get another one and figure something out, but I'll see how it goes. I might just leave it up here. I'm only up here for like a couple days anyways. So if I will be staying overnight, I'll just leave it up here overnight and save it for the next day and leave it. Save me having to carry that in. So hopefully somebody found that interesting, and if you're looking at picking one up, I do think it's a good piece of equipment. It's not exactly ideal for my situation, but maybe for your situation it'll be perfect. I know the regular shooting rest that they make, I think it's Bog now, I'm not sure, but I use that a lot. That's a great product. It's almost the same thing, it's just now you can mount it to a tree stand. Same basic principle, same motions, movement, and same adjustments that you can make. It's just this one really moves in and out with an arm, as opposed to the other one that's on a tripod. So yeah, hopefully you guys are out enjoying the woods and preparing yourselves for the next hunting season. Thanks for watching, and take care.